India is bracing for Cyclone Remal, the first of the year, as the severe storm with wind speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour is set to make landfall overnight. That's what India's weather department has been saying. The storm will also hit Bangladesh, where the weather office raised its storm danger signal to 10, the highest level for 2 ports and 9 coastal districts, announcing warnings over loudspeakers and starting to evacuate people from coastal areas. India has deployed its disaster relief force in the eastern state of West Bengal. Flights have been suspended at the major metropolitan city of Kolkata. Parts of West Bengal have started experiencing bouts of moderate rainfall, and the government has cancelled leave for employees in essential services, a civic body official has said. And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has chaired a meeting to review the response and preparedness as far as Cyclone Remal is concerned. Well, the cyclone is to make landfall later tonight at midnight between Bangladesh and adjoining West Bengal coasts, according to the Indian Meteorological Department. Cyclone Remal, which is expected to intensify into a severe cyclonic storm, is forecast to make landfall between Sagar Island, West Bengal, and Khepupara in Bangladesh. The Indian Navy has also initiated preparatory actions following existing standard operating procedures to mount a credible humanitarian assistance and disaster relief response in the aftermath of Cyclone Remal. The situation is being closely monitored at naval headquarters, with comprehensive preparatory actions being undertaken by the headquarters Eastern Naval Command. Also in preparation, the Indian Navy has readied 2 ships equipped with HADR and medical supplies for immediate deployment to ensure the safety and welfare of the affected populace. Additionally, the Indian Naval's aviation assets, including Sea King and Chetak helicopters as well as Dornier aircraft, are on standby for rapid response. And in neighbouring Bangladesh, over 800,000 people have been evacuated to safer places as a severe cyclone Remal may hit Bangladesh coastline between 6 p.m. and midnight on Sunday, local time. Bangladesh State Minister for Disaster Management and Relief Mohibur Rahman said the authorities on Sunday launched an intensified evacuation campaign to take all vulnerable people to safety. The Bangladesh Met Office asked Pyara and Mongla ports to hoist Great Danger Signal number 10, while it issued 9 for Cox's Bazar and Chittagong ports on Sunday morning. The authorities said that no classes will be held at schools in coastal areas due to Cyclone Remal. Now, cyclones are given many names in different regions. The current cyclone is called Remal, which means sand in Arabic. Cyclones are classified as extratropical cyclones and tropical cyclones. The World Meteorological Organization uses the term tropical cyclone to cover weather systems in which winds exceed gale force, that's the minimum of 34 knots or 63 kilometers per hour. Take a look at this report.
Cyclones are given many names in different regions of the world. Cyclone Remal falls in the list of tropical cyclones. Cyclones that develop in the regions between the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer are called tropical cyclones. Remal means sand in Arabic, and its name has been given by Oman. It is the first cyclone to hit the region since 2024 pre-monsoon season. Now let's take a look at the worldwide terminology used for cyclones. Cyclones are known as typhoons in the China Sea and Pacific Ocean, hurricanes in the West Indian Islands, in the Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean, tornadoes in the Guinea lands of West Africa and southern USA, and willy-willies in northwestern Australia, and tropical cyclones in the Indian Ocean. Do you know how these cyclones' names are suggested? The proposed name should be neutral to A. Politics and political figures, B. Religious beliefs, C. Cultures, and D. Gender. Names should be chosen in such a way that it doesn't hurt the sentiments of any group of population over the globe. It should not be very rude and cruel in nature. It should be short, easy to pronounce, and should not be offensive to any member. The maximum length of the name will be 8 letters. The proposed name should be provided with its pronunciation and voice over. The Bay of Bengal experiences more cyclones than the Arabian Sea by a ratio of about 4:1. However, a 2022 study found that the frequency of cyclones in the Arabian Sea has increased by 52% from 2001 to 2019, while the Bay of Bengal's frequency has slightly decreased. Bureau Report, DD, India.
Let me now take you across to two of my colleagues joining me from Bangladesh, Dhaka is Naval Singh Parmar, and from Delhi we've got Tapas Bhattacharya on the phone line as well. If I could first come to you, Naval, what can you tell us about where the cyclone is at the moment, this severe cyclone, and has there been any change in when it makes landfall, and what is the impact even now? To what extent is it being felt?
Yes, today morning, Bangladesh Met Department classified this cyclone as severe cyclonic storm, and based on that, the Met Department asked the concerned authority, to hoist great danger signal 10 on Paira and Mongla port, which are on the southern Bangladesh coast, and great danger signal 9 for the Chattogram and Cox's Bazar, which is on the southeast Bangladesh coast. So the cyclone is from central west central east Bay of Bengal. Its journey started toward the north, and it is now time has come. It will struck to the coast around the Sundarban area, either side of the border, because Sundarban is in India as well as Bangladesh, and the cyclone is going to stuck around on the same area of the Sundarban. So that is the prediction of Bangladesh Met Department, and its speed is around 110 to 120 kilometers per hour, and it may increase up to 135 kilometers. Since the morning, there is a windy surge in the coastal area of Bangladesh, and you know that the Sundarban area, the mean sea level at the land of the level is very low. So due to that, the heavy surge of the sea, there is an inundation in the 8 to 9 districts of the coastal Bangladesh of the Burishal and the Khulna division, mainly the Satkhira, Khulna, Bagerhat, and Bangladesh. So here also, so there is due to heavy inundation, around 8 lakh people have been migrated to the safer place, and in each district the earmarked safer place, Pakka house are there, and the around 270 teams of fire service and civil defense, which is the counterpart of NDRF here we have in India. So around 270 teams of civil defense and fire service have been deployed. At the same time, around 290 teams of doctors and medical staff have been kept standby to mitigate the eventuality due to the cyclone. And the impact of the cyclone in Bangladesh coast is being felt since the morning. But now in Dhaka also, now I'm experiencing gusty winds here in Dhaka too. So now time came for the landfall in the Bangladesh as well as Indian coast of Sundarban area.
Okay, just stay with us, Naval. Let me bring in Tapas as well. Tapas, in terms of the kind of preparations that have been put in place in India, the cyclone is supposed to be impacting a fairly wide region, not just West Bengal coast, but it is likely to travel further up north over the next 2 days to as far as Sikkim and beyond.
Yes, absolutely, and that is where the major threat lies. In fact, it will impact Tripura, it will have northeast, and then you have the whole of almost the whole of West Bengal, the whole coastal line of West Bengal.
Sagdi, we have, I'm sorry,
yes.
Tapas, we seem to be having a problem with your line.
Right.
We will try and reconnect because right now it's quite distorted. If I could again come to you, Naval, in terms of the kind of resources that have been deployed, what can you tell us about the kind of measures that have been taken to ensure that people are safe in the first place, and even their property, their livestock, everything is saved, and the loss of lives is minimized?
Yes, Bangladesh Coast Guard as well as the Bangladesh Navy and the civil defense kind of organization here in Bangladesh, Red Crescent, are working since the morning, and they are making announcement on loudspeaker. And first of all, they tried to evacuate the people because in coastal Bangladesh, if one meters of tide or surge can create inundation in very large area of Bangladesh, because they are just 1 meter or half meter above the sea level. So 1 meter or 2 meters tide can create many kind of problems in low-lying areas of Bangladesh, and these are the 10 districts of Borishal as well as Khulna division, which are going to affected more. So people already started following the guidelines or following the instruction of the administration, started moving to the safer place. And the second thing, they tried to move the metal also, because 10 districts and it is a very large area. If the inundation happen, then it is difficult to reach out for the administration once they are stuck in the water. So they took the precautionary measures, and people also have felt this kind of cyclone in recent past. So they are aware and they are sensitized about the impact of cyclone. So before wind start, there were a rain and there were a windy surge of sea water. So with seeing this fact, they are trying to move to the safer place. And the government and administration is trying their best. Even Bangladesh Prime Minister is keeping eye on the situation developing due to the Cyclone Remal. And BMD, Bangladesh Met Department, forecasted heavy rain over entire Bangladesh, because it is a small country, and over the entire country there will be heavy rain. And as Tapas said, that the effect of cyclone will be felt up to the Sikkim. So there will be the heavy rain in Meghalaya and Assam area. It will create flood-like situation in upper Bangladesh also. This is not a coastal area, but if there is a rain in Shillong or Meghalaya and Sikkim area and the Assam of the Indian side, then it will create flood-like situation here in Bangladesh. So they need to be prepared for both kind of situations: cyclonic storm, cyclonic wave, cyclonic water inundation, as well as the flood in the rivers of northern Bangladesh.
Got it.
So government and administration is taking appropriate measure, and they have experience of, because it is a coastal, heavy, long coastline Bangladesh is having, and they experienced many cyclone in recent past.
Yes, let's hope all the measures that have been put in place prove effective, and the loss to property and lives, of course, is completely minimized. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment. Now, let me quickly bring in Tapas Bhattacharya as well, my colleague from Delhi. Tapas, tell us about what kind of preparations have been made in the case of India as well, because a large amount of impact is also going to be felt in the eastern part of the country going up to the northeast.
Yes, absolutely. As I mentioned, deployments by the NDRF teams is already there, and 12 teams have been deployed in critical areas, which they believe that's very important. As Neville also was mentioning the fact that the area near Borishal and near Sagar coast. That's the place where it's quite low-lying area also, and it's expected to, the major impact is expected to be that side also. So those are the areas where it's working. Now, there are two main important points I'd like to mention here. The first is that currently the outer cloud band of the cyclone is over the coastal area of Bangladesh and over the West Bengal, and the landfall process, as per the IMD, just now they have as they said that it's going to start around approximately in the next couple of hours. So we believe that it's expected to not just 11:30 we might have the landfall process that will start. Now that's one part of it. The second is that places like Digha, Haldia has already seen a lot of rainfall activity. In fact, more than 40 millimeter of rainfall has already taken place in Digha. In Haldia, it is over 30 mm. The other part is that the wind speed in right now is over 100 and 110 kilometer per hour, and as per Met Department is expected to touch the 130 in a very short period of time. So that's something that is something that's quite worrisome for people. You mentioned, Gautam, that Indian Navy is also pressed into service, and we believe that that's going to be a major point, because
the whole coast area that we're talking about, the whole ocean, the sea area of Bay of Bengal is a huge one, and Bangladesh doesn't have that manpower to manage that. So Indian Navy is currently pressed because of that, and it's been the whole track is currently being monitored by the Kolkata Doppler radar, which is currently focusing and tracking the whole line.
All right, so it's a comprehensive picture, a comprehensive approach has been taken to ensure that the severe storm that is heading towards the coast of Bangladesh and of course of West Bengal and India as well does not inflict the kind of damage that it potentially can, because there are high-speed winds and a lot of rainfall is going to be dumped, not just where the coastal area is concerned, but as the cyclone moves up further inland, it will dump more rain as well, and there are possibilities of floods as well, but preparations have been put in place to deal with it, and let's hope they prove to be effective. Thanks a lot for joining us, Tapas, as well.